up? What up? What up? Welcome back to the table where everybody eat. Y'all know how we do, man. Before we get started, tap that like button, obliterate that subscribe button, and then tap the notification bell. That way you don't miss any updates on the plays and things we're looking at in the stock market each and every day. Like Applied Digital Corporation, ticker symbol APLD, which is now below not only our $9.47 area, it's below the $9.24 ceiling of the sniper fair value gap. And if you guys are familiar with us over here at the table, y'all know the sniper fair value gap is not based off of any Fibonacci retracements, and it's solely based off what I see according to the charts and price action. Now, after rocketing or taking off for over the last 3 months, let's just say in between April and approximately the middle of June, when CoreWeave news came out that they sold their stake in Applied Digital Corporation, causing the stock to drop significantly from around $15 to maybe let's just say $11 to $12. It tried to hold up and then fell below there and it fell below 10. As you see now, we're at $9.18. Year to date, ticker symbol APLD is still up nearly 17%. But in the last year, meaning if you bought this stock July 12th of 2024, you are up approximately 52% on your investment. And in the last 5 years, this thing is up a whopping 12,000%. But taking us to the monthly time frame, like I said, in between, let's just say June 15th up until now, this stock has lost 25% of its gains. And of that 25%, in the last week or the last 5 days, it's down nearly 14%. Bringing us over to the daily chart, and you see right here off rip, we had that massive spike that I mentioned about the CoreWeave news on June 2nd with them gapping up to only sell their stake or their shares in Applied Digital Corporation roughly a week later, somewhere around that June 15th area that I had mentioned. Matter of fact, it probably was before there because this here is June 12th, where we was trading in between $11.75 and $13.09. Bringing us to the 2 hour time frame, and you can see right here, we are now beneath that $9.24 fair value gap area that I had mentioned earlier in this video, but also in the last video on Applied Digital Corporation. Just go to my YouTube, type in APLD or type in Applied Digital Corporation, whatever you may see, or just scroll through the videos and you can watch all the APLD videos I have because I also have a playlist for Applied Digital Corporation only. But on the 2 hour time frame, with us being below that 924 zone as well as that 972 right here, which was trying to hold up for some time after the gap up here, it tried to hold up. And after the gap down we had, it tried to hold up for a while in this area, as you can see right here, boom. But then after it struggled to get above that trend line you see right there and started rejecting the 50 SMA, once the 50 SMA also came below that trend line, this 972 area could not hold any longer. As you see right here, we had a lot of rejections on ticker symbol APLD, bringing us to maybe the 30-minute time frame so we could look at something on the intricate level. And immediately I see the resistance overhead around that 1071 that I had mentioned time and time and time again for Applied Digital Corporation, where I said if we could not get above that area, I will not go long. We attempted it a number of times and could not get above it. Then I also said if we continue to hold above 1015, I may front run with a stop loss around this 972. But if we fall below 972, I was going to swing some puts. As I alerted the Discord about ticker symbol APLD, which a link is below in the description and pinned in the top of the chat for the Discord community if you guys would like to join us at the table. But I had told them on July 8th that we are now officially below that $9.47 mark. And here's what we're looking at. Keep in mind the levels of $9.24, which was that sniper fair value gap that I kept on saying and that we're now currently below. Bringing me to today's post this morning, I believe. Where is it? Where is it? That's APLD. That was yesterday. I told them again, don't forget that $9.24 area. And then we had SoundHound, BBAI, NTLA, BMGL. Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? No, I just posted. Oh, here we go. Today I told them, here is the weekly chart, and I think we have a high probability to go low as $8.10 to retest their resistance turn support after we gapped up from the CoreWeave news on Tuesday, May 27th. Now, if you recall, we were struggling to reclaim the trend line around 730 and 740 a few days before that gap up, and we had a solid support around $6.85 with resistance at $7.10. So if we were to lose that area, our golden zone is $6.45. Anything lower than $6.45, the likelihood of us returning to levels from mid-April is high. Those levels are as follow. Psych level of $6 will be in play, and I personally would love to enter anywhere between $5.35 and $5.75. So coming back to the chart and refreshing it a bit because I know we're zoomed in for those intraday levels, which I see right here. We have a lot of wick tops and wick stops around this $9.24 area on the 30-minute chart. But resetting it a little bit and removing some of these drawings, such as that one, even this trend line right here, that one, I'll keep the uptrend. Even this arrow, I'll let that move. I'll move, let that go as well. If the MACD, not the MACD, I apologize. If the 50 SMA can do something in this nature where it treats this 924 as an area of support and come down and roll up like that, that would be ideal. But if that did happen, we would need price action to come back above and maybe test this 50 SMA area possibly before going higher into that trend line that I see right there, break above the trend line, get back above $10.15, but hold $10.15, then my idea of us going lower will be invalidated and we possibly could continue up higher if we hold this 924 area. Which brings me over to Webull as we close out this video and look at the moving averages, not the price action. So say, are any levels, because we already did that on TradingView, but we're going to focus on the moving averages right here. And you can see we had a lot of holes and retests of the 200-day moving average right here in September of 2024. And then again this year in April, which is where I decided to go long around $3.75 and $4.10 is where I was attempting to go long on Applied Digital Corporation. Look at all the prior videos you guys will see. But once we held above the 200 and the 9 crossed above the 72 and the 20-day moving average, if we come back down and this 9 MA on the weekly does not hold above the 20 or the 72, price action will probably bring us back down to, like I say, that $6.45 zone, if not the psychological level of around $6. However, that is on the weekly chart. If we were to go look at moving averages on the daily chart, you see how we are currently rejecting the 9 MA on the daily as well as the 20 MA on the daily. And all of those are curling downward toward the 200 and the 72. And the last time we was at the 200 MA, which was May 30th, right before we had that gap up on the CoreWeave news. So we could come back and retest this 200 MA around $7.92. And if you guys recall, I did say that my ideal entry would be hopefully $7.60 to kind of do a start position, which coincides with the 72-day moving average, which is that lime green line. MACD is also curling down lower, but if we can hold above the 200 and MACD turns a little positive here on the daily, then that's where upside could continue forward. Ticker symbol APLD. 30-minute, you see we have reclaimed the 20, but currently trading below the 9 MA, and the 9 MA has crossed up above the 20. We got this 932 zone around that 72-day moving average, as well as the 943 zone around the 200-day moving average, with MACD curling upward. So we can get up here and then reclaim, I'm going to just say 947, which would be that line in the sand somewhere around there. Yep, somewhere around here. We can reclaim the 947 and then again get it back above 1015. I'm patient enough to wait to see what we do above $10.15 to where I don't care personally if I miss any move from here to that $10.15, which could be validation and confirmation for me to go long. Otherwise, this weakness we have, I'm patiently waiting for my golden zone of $6.45 and potentially front run around that trend line on TradingView, which was about $7.35. But thank you guys for watching this video. Stay tuned for the next one. Much love. We out.